been on ESO Daily, and today I'm going to be showing you a nice solo build that I like to call the Daedric Ranger build. Now, it's kind of interesting because in Elder Scrolls they don't have a traditional Ranger class, so you kind of have to makeshift one with the Sorcerer. Now, Sorcerer can go ahead and go into Daedric Summoning, which if you go to skills, you see your Daedric Summoning. Okay? And pretty much you can kind of pick up pets along the way. Now, most people kind of use this in Magicka, but for the stand build, you can use this as well along with the bow. So this gives you your ranger class. So you do get a ranger out of this. But the only kind of thing you have to alter, because you have to use the pet abilities, is Magicka. So to compensate for this, the best thing that we can do is actually just use triple statted food. So we're not actually having to reallocate the points over into this build. Now, it's kind of funny, as you guys can see, I do have the Maul of Inferno, and when we take a look at the skill bar, I run dual bows on this, so I want to kind of keep true to the ranger mentality. But we have Critical Surge. Obviously, this is going to increase our weapon damage. On this bar, I have Endless Hail. We have the Twilight Tormentor. We have the Unstable Clan Fear. And with this build, we're going with the Expert Hunter or on the Thieves Guild. And I have Werewolf Berserker. You can switch this out for the Dawnbreaker. Now it'll increase your DPS some. Or you can throw it on the back bar here, which isn't ideal too, but I kept with the Power Overload. Once again, we do have Expert Hunters, so that's on both bars. You have to keep Unstable Clan Fear and the Tormentor on both bars, because if you don't have it on both bars and you switch, they'll disappear. And also we have the Poison Injector and Silver Bolts. That'll give us a little extra DPS. Plus it has a nice range. It just plays well into the build. It's kind of interesting because I went with the 5 Hundings on this. Just the Nirnholm Bow and the Maul of Inferno. As far as the character sheet, it's kind of nice because with the pets, you're actually getting health for having each pet on the bar and casted. So that throws us well over 20k, almost at 21. And as you can see, our weapon damage is 3,336. Now, ideally, I would not recommend this build for PvE dungeon role. It does well, and it can, be sufficient. But ideally, this is kind of more solo play. So if you're running delves and you just want to have fun and, mess around, this is a great build to do that. Also, you can kind of pick up other sets that have pets, like the Hunt set, which is in the arena, Maelstrom Arena. That's a great set for this build because it also it has the stam and it affects the pets. So really good set for this build. Kind of wanted to show you where it's at. Now, as you can see, I have my Clan Fear. I have my Tormentor. Now, if you don't want the Clan Fear and you want to roll a dungeon with this, I would actually substitute the Clan Fear for the Volatile Familiars. Okay? But, we just want to go over it and... Now, I'm going to try to see if I can get my little maul to him. Now, as you can see, my little dude's doing his thing over there, which is kind of nice. That's why I like the Clan Fear. He'll just go ahead and pull aggro and let me do my thing. So, and the Clan Fear also has that nice self-heal to it. So it works out really well. If I can get the Maul to proc out. He's being a little shy today. Now, I know a lot of people don't like the bow, but honestly, if you actually go into the champion points, oh, sorry, wrong one. What we do, we put 75 into this, and we go bow expert, and I push it up to 18.5. Once again, I don't ever allocate 100 points into anything. To me, it's not worth it because it's not a linear system. It's not a linear, you know, allegation. So the more points you put it takes more points to get more out of it.
I need healing.
Now, like, I've always wanted to do this build. To me, this build is kind of really cool because it allows you to, you know, play a role that typically is not readily available as an individual class. But what's nice about the Daedric summoning, you can run it on, and it's really used the Twilight, the other morph for the Twilight Matriarch works great for the Sorc healers, which I'm currently building my Sorc healer. But definitely it kind of changes the pace up for the game. You do lose some DPS, but you gain some survivability. Also, for PvE, it kind of works out really nice. So you can kind of go into it, and you know, if you want to have some fun, and you're, you know, guarding a keep, and you can't readily get down there, these pets will cause a little bit of a torment for certain players, especially the volatile familiar. Because if there's a bunch of them in there, you go ahead and you push out that little volatile familiar. He can run a little havoc on people. Now, since the DLC dropped yesterday, and I know PC players, you've had yours for 2 weeks now. Congratulations! But we just got ours. I've been in the new dungeons, and it's kind of unfortunate because a lot of players are having a hard time grabbing the concept. I don't know why they just, you know, don't read forums. There's a couple of, you know, spoilers and things like that on forums, different forums too, not just Elder Scrolls. You can even YouTube it if you want. Some people do walkthroughs. So, you know, if you have a hard time trying to figure it out, one of the best things about it is, since PC does have their DLCs before us, we can actually use that time to our advantage and study, you know, the new content. But unfortunately, you know, if any players are like me, which some players are, you don't want a lot of spoilers. You want to try to figure certain things out for yourself. Got a troll here. I'm trying to get my model across. Oh, there he is. He didn't get to do anything, though. Now, this was kind of cool, because now you got 3 Daedrics running around to help you, but he's only out here for a few seconds. He'll die soon. There he goes. He went bye-byes. Oh, now there he is. I was wondering where my pets were. They're over here fighting a bear for me. Now, see, that's another thing you have to worry about getting sneaked up on. They'll just kind of do the work for you. It is really nice, especially when you're going into delves and everything. And like I said, this is a perfect build, you know, for like solo play. Leveling, if you want to level, it really works out nice. So, for anybody who's wondering, you know, is there, you know, a ranger class? Not ideally, but this gets kind of close to it. And it works out really nice. but as you guys can see, yep, it works out pretty good. I actually like it a lot. Clan Fear does the taunting, keeps the aggro off you. The Tormentor helps with DPS, popping them down a little bit. Now, if you guys are wondering, now if you take a look here, my Tormentor has 7.9k. So he's kind of squishy compared to my Clan Fear, which has over 20k life. So if anybody wondered, ever was curious, you know, how much life do these pets have? Well, there you go. Sometimes the maul will spawn out more frequently, but can't predict it. Alright, there's a troll. Let's see if we can get him out here. Now, a lot of people do like the two-handed, and like I said, I love two-hand. I love my two-hander, but it's kind of, for people to think that bow doesn't deal a significant amount of damage, you would be wrong. It's definitely, you've got to put a lot more time into finessing your technique and your build, but it's definitely rewarding. Two-hander, you know, will push out more DPS at the 50% mark, but that's not to say that the bow doesn't have the capability of pushing out decent damage. Now, as you can see, we got the maul to proc, and it'll just, you know, we'll have roasted mammoth. Works out really nice. I'm just always impressed with how much range you have. I mean, I know with the two-hander you can close the gap with you know, the rush. And there's the maul again. So yeah, really good solo build. So if you're out questing, or you're leveling up, or you get your Maul of Inferno and you just feel like it isn't, you know, getting a job done, try this build out with the Stamina Sorcerer. It works really good. It's a lot of fun. It gives you that feel of a ranger mentality, which I love. You know, if they ever come out with a ranger class, I wouldn't think it would take away from this build, but definitely you can kind of see where this game could go in the future. Okay, well, if you have any comments, please post below. If you like the video, please feel free to subscribe. I do want to thank you for watching, and once again and always, have a nice day.